What if I said there's one book that can change your financial life for good? A book that holds the secret the wealthy have kept to themselves for years. Would you believe me? But first, please hit that like button and tell me where you're tuning in from today. It's always interesting to see who's joining us from around the globe. Stick with me until the end, because what you're about to learn could completely shift your view on money and abundance. Have you ever experienced this? You wake up early, stay up late, and give up precious time with your loved ones. Yet by the end of the month, the same old story plays out. You struggle to make ends meet, debts pile up, and that dream of financial freedom feels just out of reach, like a mirage in the distance. You're not alone in this. I was right where you are now, tired, frustrated, and wondering why wealth always seemed just out of grasp, no matter how hard I tried. I followed all the usual advice: save more, spend less, invest wisely. But something crucial was off. Does this sound familiar to you? What no one ever told me, and what transformed my life, is that real financial change starts not with outside strategies, but with a deep shift in how we think about money. This audiobook I'm sharing today didn't just change my mindset about wealth. It unlocked a way to attract abundance effortlessly and sustainably, without all that struggle we're used to. What you're about to hear might surprise you, as it goes against everything you've been taught about money. Take Maria, a single mom who used these ideas to triple her income in under 6 months. Then there's Carlos, an entrepreneur who faced 3 business failures. He finally found the financial success he'd been looking for. And Anna, who used to live paycheck to paycheck in debt, now enjoys a kind of financial freedom she never thought she could have. These stories aren't rare examples or from people with connections. They're everyday folks who've discovered the same powerful secret I'm sharing with you. Money speaks its own language, a hidden code that follows universal laws known by very few. And here's the best part: you don't need years of study or major sacrifices to grasp this knowledge. In fact, many who learn this find they can start transforming their lives right away. It's funny how those who want wealth the most often push it further away. It sounds strange, right? But hang tight. We're about to uncover the backstory of a remarkable book that's been kept under wraps by those who truly get its power. Before we dive into that, I want to connect with you on a personal level. If anything I've said hits home for you, if you feel that inner yes, when you recognize a truth, I'd love to hear your journey. Have you ever felt like you're putting in endless work but not getting the financial results you deserve? If you sense there's a deeper truth behind how prosperity works, you're in the right place. Hit that subscribe button to become part of our community of conscious creators, ready to question everything we've been taught about money and abundance. Your story might just be what someone else needs to hear today. We're a group of seekers who believe there's more to life than just the daily financial grind. If you want to be part of this journey, your involvement here matters. It's not just a number, it's energy. It's a way of telling the universe you're open to a new understanding of abundance. Now let's dig deeper into this amazing book that has transformed so many lives. Its roots go way back, over 100 years ago. A savvy businessman lost everything during a financial crash and realized the true source of lasting wealth wasn't found in outside tactics, but in something much simpler and accessible to everyone. This man, whose name has been kept secret by those wanting to contain his teachings, spent 7 years in isolation. He explored not just the surface-level patterns of money, but its core, energetic essence. Surprisingly, he wasn't just trying to get his fortune back. He aimed to grasp why some people seem to draw abundance to them effortlessly, while others spend their lives struggling. What he found was groundbreaking, so much so that he documented it in a manuscript shared only among a select few powerful individuals. Those who applied the principles within saw incredible change. People have transformed their money situations so much that they felt the need to keep this knowledge under wraps. It's just too powerful to share with everyone. Here's the first eye-opener that could change how you think forever. All your life, you've been told that money is hard to come by, that it requires constant struggle and sacrifice. It's one of the biggest lies we've all been taught. Think about it. You've heard phrases like, money doesn't grow on trees, and You have to work hard to earn a living. Or that classic, the rich get richer and the poor get poorer. These ideas have been drummed into you so much that they form the invisible groundwork for how you see wealth. But here's the game changer. Money isn't a limited resource we're all competing for. It's really an energy that flows easily to those who get how it works. Isn't it interesting that the people saying money is tough to get are often the ones living that very reality? This book lays it out clearly. We've been seeing it all wrong. It's not about working yourself to the bone to maybe see some abundance. It's about aligning yourself with the energy of abundance first, so that what you do naturally brings in wealth. This shift can open up a whole new world of financial opportunities. One powerful story in the book is about two brothers raised the same way, with similar chances in life. Yet they ended up with totally different financial outcomes. One brother clung to the belief in scarcity and constantly struggled with money. The other, almost by chance, stumbled upon the principles the book discusses and found a flow of money that seemed almost magical to outsiders. The key difference? It wasn't what they did on the surface. It was the energy they operated from. This book aims to help you make a big shift in your own energy around money. So, join us. Write in the comments, "Abundance is my natural state," to embrace this new understanding of money as we awaken to it together. Let's dive deeper into the first law of money, because getting this right is crucial for everything else that follows. You see, money isn't just something we can see or touch. At its core, money is energy, responding perfectly to your inner thoughts and feelings. This idea changes how we view our financial life. To grasp this first law, I'd like to take you through a simple mental exercise. If you're in a comfortable place, close your eyes for a moment. Take a deep breath, and as you exhale, picture money as you've come to know it. If any of this has sparked that light bulb moment for you, like a truth you've always felt but couldn't quite name, hit that like button. It's not just for the algorithm, it's a way to affirm that you're connecting with this idea. What do you see? Maybe it's cash and coins, or a bank account filled with numbers. Perhaps it's the feeling of stress or strain. Whatever pops up, don't judge it. Just notice the feelings that come with those images. Are you feeling anxious, lacking, worried? Or maybe it's that nagging sense that it's never quite enough. These feelings are important. They're vibrations you're sending out into the universe, and that universe is responding with experiences that match that energy. Here's where it gets amazing. Your thoughts about money aren't just random ideas in your head. They're powerful forces that shape your financial reality. When you think things like, "I can't afford this," or "I never have enough," you're not just describing your situation, you're programming your reality. The change starts when you realize you can reprogram this system on purpose. The book offers a fascinating method to turn this around. Instead of letting your current situation define your thoughts about money, you learn to actively create thoughts of abundance. This will eventually change your outer circumstances. This isn't just wishful thinking. It's applying principles of quantum science to your life. When you change the way you think and feel about money, you actually change what's possible in your life. This isn't just for the aware ones. Everyone is shaping their financial reality based on their own inner beliefs. The gap between those who thrive and those who struggle isn't about their circumstances, education, or social connections. It's about the vibrations they put out. Here's a big eye-opener many readers experience, a real wake-up call. Money doesn't come to you because you need it, want it, or work hard for it. It comes based on how well you connect with its energy. This is a game changer, breaking down everything we've been taught about effort and reward. Think about it like tuning a radio. No matter how badly you want to hear your favorite station, if you're stuck on 80.5 FM, you can't pick up 103.7 FM. Similarly, if you're stuck in a mindset of scarcity, you can't tap into the abundance that's always around you. The book lays out a clear plan to help you tune your inner dial step by step until you naturally resonate with unlimited wealth. What's amazing is you don't need years of training or strict discipline for this. You can start seeing changes in just days, sometimes even hours. once you grasp how it all works. At the core of this change is a new perspective that turns our old beliefs upside down about effort and results. Those who master abundance know something that most don't. It's about working in harmony, not just hard work. If you're ready to shift your energy, write in the comments, "I'm recalibrating my frequency." It's time to embrace this fresh outlook on attracting money. Now, let's dive into the next enlightening secret that this book reveals, which beautifully supports what we've just discussed. Your true self and your ability to attract wealth are deeply connected. This idea is laid out so clearly. Money doesn't come to you because of what you do, but because of who you are. This simple difference holds a powerful truth that has changed the lives of countless people who embraced it. Just think for a moment. Our culture is all about action, doing more, working longer hours, taking on more projects, chasing after more opportunities. We're always in a rush, exhausting ourselves with the hope of a reward that just seems to slip away as we reach for it. But here's the kicker. This whole approach is flipped upside down. Those who enjoy real, lasting abundance aren't doing things so differently from you. They're just being a different version of themselves. Their mindset and core identity resonate with wealth, and their actions stem from that mindset. Picture trying to grow apples, but planting orange seeds instead. No matter how much you nurture that tree, it won't bear apples, because at its core, it's meant to produce oranges. Similarly, if your inner self is set for scarcity, all your efforts, no matter how clever, will only lead to more scarcity. We're creating something amazing here, a blend of age-old wisdom and practical manifestation, where spiritual growth and financial success go hand in hand. Join us on this enlightening journey, because what we're discovering together could change not just your finances, but also how you see the world. This audiobook presents a groundbreaking way to shift your identity at a cellular level, basically reprogramming your energetic DNA so you can naturally attract wealth. It's way more than just simple visualization tricks or repeating affirmations. It's a deep change in how you view yourself in relation to abundance. Now here's the catch. There's an invisible trap that keeps many people stuck in cycles of financial struggle. This trap is so subtle, so everywhere, that most don't even notice it. It has to do with subconscious programming that quietly undermines our efforts to better our financial situation. Recent neuroscience research shows that up to 95% of our daily choices are influenced by this. Our subconscious mind really drives our decisions, not our conscious thoughts. You can have great intentions, clear goals, and awesome plans, but if your subconscious is stuck in a scarcity mindset, you'll end up holding yourself back without even realizing it. This manuscript breaks down 4 common subconscious patterns that trip us up when we chase prosperity. First up is the damaging belief that you don't deserve or aren't worthy of big abundance. This can show up in sneaky ways, from making small self-sabotaging choices to losing opportunities right when they count. Next, there's the unintentional link we make between wealth and negativity. We often grow up hearing things like, "the rich are greedy," or "money brings bad vibes." These ideas create a clash within us. We consciously want to thrive, but subconsciously we push it away because we fear becoming selfish or immoral. The third pattern is like having a financial glass ceiling. It's an invisible barrier our subconscious sets based on what we've seen around us. If you grew up in a place where no one earned above a certain amount, your mind might lock you into that maximum, making it tough to aim higher. Finally, there's the sneaky addiction to financial drama. Many people tie their identities to being a fighter or a survivor. When things start flowing smoothly, they actually feel uneasy, so they create crises to feel like themselves again. What's groundbreaking about this manuscript is how it shines a light on these patterns that can be pretty unsettling when you see them in yourself. But it doesn't just stop there. It gives you real tools to break free from them for good. Transforming requires us to confront these hidden saboteurs lurking in our minds, making choices that keep us stuck in cycles we don't fully understand. If this resonates with you, say in the comments, "I'm deactivating my sabotage as a first conscious step to break these limiting cycles." Let me share a personal story that illustrates this. I vividly recall the moment my life changed. For years, I dove deep into financial strategies, devoured investment books, went to business seminars, and followed expert advice to the letter. Yet my financial situation barely improved. Sure, there were slight gains, but they were often followed by frustrating setbacks. Then one afternoon, while going through this manuscript for the third time, something clicked. I was reading about how our financial outcomes reflect our inner vibes. Suddenly, everything made sense. I realized I had been looking at money all wrong. Even though I was taking the right steps out there, inside, I was vibrating at a frequency of scarcity. I felt it deeply. That familiar tension checking my bank account, the tightness in my stomach when bills came due, and that constant worry about losing what little I had built, it was all there. I was doing the right things, but my energy was totally out of sync with prosperity. That moment of clarity shifted everything. Not because I suddenly knew what actions to take, but because I recognized who I needed to become. And this is where the second law of money comes into play. The universe responds to your vibration, not just your surface-level desires. Once you grasp this truth, your view on prosperity transforms completely. Picture yourself sending out an energetic signal like a radio station on a specific frequency. This signal isn't based on what you say you want or your conscious goals. It comes from your deepest energy, your habitual thoughts, feelings, and beliefs about yourself and the world. When you hit that like button, you're not just supporting this content, you're signaling your readiness to absorb these teachings. It's a little but mighty act that aligns you with the principles we're uncovering. Your engagement creates a bridge for others who need it too. To really get this message, consider how the universe runs on laws as exact as math. It can only respond to the vibes you're sending out. If you're stuck feeling like there's never enough, that's exactly what you'll get back. More experiences that reinforce that feeling. No matter how much you gather or achieve, it'll never feel like enough. What's groundbreaking about this book is that it lays out a clear, step-by-step approach to truly raise your financial vibrations. It's not about quick fixes or temporary motivation that fades away, leaving you back where you started. This is about a deep shift in your energy that changes the signal you send out to the universe. Let's break it down with an analogy. Think of your financial life like a thermostat. You can try to warm up the room with a new job, a pay raise, or a lucky break, but that thermostat is always going to bring the temperature back to its set point. The real secret to lasting change isn't just cranking up the heat. It's about resetting the thermostat itself. This book teaches you how to adjust the controls of your financial thermostat and set it to a brand new level. What's incredible is that once you tweak that internal setting, the universe starts shifting things around. It pulls opportunities and resources into your life that match your new vibe. In my own life, I noticed changes happening so quickly, it was almost unbelievable. It wasn't just about money getting better, it completely shifted how I felt about it. Stress transformed into calm confidence. The feeling of lack was replaced with a deep sense of abundance that wasn't tied to any specific figure in my account. And the most surprising part, opportunities started popping up as if they had always been there, just waiting for me to lift my frequency enough to spot them. This journey of interchange uncovers layers of conditioning we didn't even realize were there. You'll find patterns so deep they seem like unchangeable truths about life. Overcoming these hurdles takes more than just determination. It requires a total shift in how we relate to the forces that shape abundance. Let's raise our vibes and set an intention to connect with that new flow of abundance. Now, I want to share something really important from the manuscript: the impact of financial language. The way we talk about money is actually shaping our reality. It's a big deal, and many readers say it's the most eye-opening insight they've had from the whole book. Words aren't just random sounds or symbols. They carry vibrations and frequencies that, when we say or think them enough, carve pathways in our brains and influence our energy. These vibrations draw in experiences that match them with surprising accuracy. Just take a moment to think about it. What do you say about money? Phrases like, "I can't afford it," or "that's too pricey for me," or "money doesn't grow on trees," or "I'm always tight at the end of the month." These harmless expressions are actually commands to your mind and the universe around you. If this has struck a chord with you and you're interested in diving deeper, I encourage you to stay tuned. This is only the start of our journey into understanding how awareness ties into abundance and how inner change leads to outer wealth. The manuscript points out that when you say things like, "I can't afford it," you are not just explaining your situation. You are crafting a story that tells your energy to keep bringing you that same feeling of scarcity. It's like writing the same script for your financial life over and over, and then being surprised when the storyline doesn't change. The change starts when you spot these limiting phrases and swap them out for a new vocabulary about money. This isn't about lying to yourself or ignoring reality. It's about choosing words that open up your options instead of shutting them down. For example, try changing "I can't afford it" to "How can I find the resources to get this if I really want it?" Notice how this shifts a closed, impossible statement into a question that sparks creativity and possibility. Your brain is a problem-solving powerhouse. Once you introduce a new question, it kicks into gear, looking for answers and activating those parts of your mind that have been lying dormant. This is where the magic of the 7-day formula comes in. It's a structured plan that can dramatically shift how you relate to money. People who genuinely follow it often see real changes before they even finish the week. Each day targets a specific block in your money mindset and replaces it with a new way of thinking centered around abundance. The best part? You don't need to change your surroundings during this time. Everything happens in your mind, but the results start showing up in your life. On the first day, you simply observe. For 24 hours, notice your thoughts and feelings about money without judgment. Become a detective of your own habits, paying attention to every word and emotion you have connected to finances. This awareness is key. You can't change what you don't recognize. The next few days take you through a careful journey of detoxifying your language and reprogramming your mindset. Each day comes with specific affirmations, visualizations, and exercises designed to work together for a seamless transformation in your energy. What makes this process so effective is that it operates on many levels of your mind. It doesn't just change your conscious thoughts, it digs deep into your subconscious, where your core beliefs about money lie. One participant described it as waking up from a trance she didn't even know she was in. By day 5, she started noticing strange financial coincidences. An old client who suddenly reached out, an opportunity that appeared out of nowhere, or a refund she had forgotten about arriving just when she needed it. By day 7, everything shifted in her view. Money changed so much that it felt like finally seeing in color after a lifetime of black and white. Over these 7 days, you'll uncover the hidden beliefs shaping your financial choices and outcomes, often without you even realizing it. If you're ready to embark on this journey, just drop a comment saying, "I'm ready for the 7 days." It's a powerful statement of your commitment to change. Now, let's dive deeper into the second enlightening secret the manuscript reveals. It's one that has proven life-changing for thousands. This core secret shifts our whole idea of what money really is. Money acts like a perfect mirror. It shows your relationship with yourself, not just how you fit into the outside world. That like button you see? It's more than just a thumbs up. It's your energy saying yes to transformation. When consciousness meets consciousness, when truth aligns with truth, that small action becomes part of the manifestation process. Click it and feel how it resonates with you. This insight is so profound that once you truly embrace it, it can completely change how you experience prosperity. Think about this. We've been taught to believe that our money situation hinges on outside factors, the economy, our jobs, the market, even the competition. But the manuscript presents undeniable examples showing that people in the same circumstances can have wildly different financial realities. Why can two professionals with similar training and skills in the same field have such different financial outcomes? Why do some attract great opportunities effortlessly while others struggle tirelessly? The key difference lies not in the outside world, but in how they see themselves. At its core, money is simply energy that magnifies and displays your self-worth. If you don't feel deserving of abundance inside, money, that mirror, will reflect that belief, leading to limitations and missed chances. The encouraging part is that once you grasp this fundamental idea, you'll discover the power to change your situation. Transforming your relationship with money starts from within. If money reflects how you see yourself, then building a mindset of self-worth is key. This book offers practical exercises to help heal old wounds from childhood and shift how you view your own value, rooted in who you are, not what you've achieved. When this shift happens, your financial situation doesn't just change, it's bound to improve. Now let's talk about a fascinating technique called the prosperous void. This method goes against everything we think we know about attracting wealth. Usually, we're told that to get more, we need to work harder, hustle nonstop, and pile up accomplishments. We've been conditioned to always chase after what we want, but this chase can actually push abundance away. The prosperous void technique flips the script. Instead of constantly seeking prosperity, it invites you to create an empty space, a void, that abundance can fill naturally. Think of it like this. If you're chasing someone who keeps running away, it's exhausting. But if you create an appealing space, they might just come to you without any effort. Chasing creates tension, while an attractive void allows things to flow smoothly. The book walks you through building this prosperous void with easy steps that go beyond just thinking about it. You'll learn breathing techniques that change your chemistry, visualizations that rewire your brain, and daily habits that shift your energy. The great thing about this approach is its central idea. The less you pursue wealth hungrily, the more it tends to come your way. It's not about being passive or giving up. It's about changing how you engage with abundance. Imagine being in a state where you're open and ready to attract wealth. One person described it as if she stopped fighting against a strong current and just let the river of abundance carry her along. Within weeks, opportunities she'd chased for ages started showing up out of nowhere, as if they had always been meant for her. This shift in how we relate to wealth, from chasing after it to effortlessly drawing it in, is a big change in how we think and feel. It's not just about money, it's about transforming our entire outlook on life. Instead of focusing on running after things, we learn to create space to receive. This approach can change every part of our lives. Here's a deeper truth. We've been misunderstanding how the universe really works and how it responds to our thoughts. If you're ready to explore a new way to connect with abundance, write in the comments, "I'm creating my prosperous void." Now let's pause for a moment. What I'm going to say goes against everything most of us have been taught about wealth. This idea is so different from what we've learned that you need to ask yourself if you're truly ready for it. Once you hear this, your view of money will shift forever. The big revelation is that money flows to those who know how to receive it, not to those who are constantly struggling to get it. This idea flips the traditional belief that effort equals reward, something we've been drilled with since we were kids. We've been taught that the harder we work, the more we deserve to gain, and that sacrifice is just part of the journey to wealth. This belief runs deep. It's tangled up in our identities. We see ourselves as workers and fighters, always earning our way. But what if all of that is fundamentally flawed? What if the struggle itself is what keeps money out of reach? The truth is unsettling. Effort and struggle might be the very things pushing money away from us. When you're always struggling, you send out a vibe that pushes abundance away. It's like you're broadcasting, "I don't have enough," or "I need more." The universe hears that and thinks, "Okay, let's keep things this way." But when you realize that the real skill isn't chasing after money, but learning to welcome it, that's when the magic happens. Being open to receiving isn't just sitting back. It's an active choice to align your energy with the flow of abundance. Picture this. Instead of rowing and fighting against the waves, you're sailing, letting the wind do the work. The rower is wearing himself out, while the sailor simply moves with the breeze, getting closer to his goal effortlessly. The manuscript provides tools to help you master this financial sailing. It trains you to feel the natural currents of abundance that are always around, but often overlooked, because we're too busy struggling. One standout practice is abundant receptivity meditation. Unlike other methods that make you crave what you don't have, this one helps you feel like you've already received. You're not begging for prosperity. You're tuning into the energy of someone who lives in abundance. This shift, from seeking to receiving, from chasing to attracting, from fighting to allowing, changes your energy in a powerful way that the universe can't ignore. For ages, spiritual traditions have shared a truth that science is starting to catch up on. We're inherently receptive beings. Our minds and senses are set up to take in the world, but when it comes to money, we've been taught to push against that natural state and focus on struggle. The manuscript shows you how to go back to that original state of being open to abundance. It helps you become a channel for wealth to flow through, without resistance. This shift doesn't just change your financial situation, it transforms everything. It's all about breaking free from that heavy feeling that you have to fight hard for wealth. One person shared a powerful insight. Instead of thinking they had to climb a massive mountain to find riches, they realized they were already at the top. All it took was opening their eyes. This shift in mindset led to a dramatic financial change. In just 3 months, she quadrupled her income, worked fewer hours, and felt happier than ever. This idea brings us to a major breakthrough. The realization that abundance isn't something we chase down. It's about learning how to accept it with grace. Behind this understanding is a deeper look into how our minds connect with the universal forces that shape the world we live in. If you're ready to embrace this new view on abundance, jot down in the comments, "I'm learning to receive." This idea helps dismantle the deeply rooted myth that you need to grind hard to achieve prosperity. We've been taught this story since we were kids, that true wealth can only come with sacrifices and endless toil. But the manuscript reveals an important distinction: the gap between hard work and aligned effort. Hard work, as we've come to know it, feels like an uphill battle, causing struggle and draining energy, like swimming against a strong current. You may move forward, but it's exhausting. Aligned effort, however, is different. It's not about doing less work. It's about tapping into your unique talents and going with the positive energies that are already on your side. Picture swimming with the current. You still have to paddle, but each stroke takes you further with way less effort. What's groundbreaking about this idea is that it challenges our belief that hard work equals worth. We've been conditioned to think that if something comes easily, somehow it's less valuable, as if it needs to come with a price of suffering to be deemed worthwhile. This belief might just be one of our biggest barriers to true abundance. The biggest obstacles to our natural wealth are sneaky and often go unnoticed. The truth is, really successful people don't always grind away in the usual way. Instead, they find their sweet spot, an area where their talents, passions, and what the market needs all come together. This is where real success happens, not through struggle, but through harmony. Take Warren Buffett, for example. He's shared that he snoozes in the morning, but jumps up with excitement because he loves what he does. Then there are content creators who turn their hobbies into thriving online businesses and say it feels like they've never worked. These aren't just lucky exceptions. They show us the amazing results of aligned effort. The book shines a light on this common misconception and gives you a practical way to find your own sweet spot. It shows you how your true self can connect with real abundance. The best part? You don't need to quit your job or make huge changes right away. It starts with how you think about what you're already doing. To help with this mindset shift, the book introduces the millionaire meditation. Unlike traditional meditations that try to calm your mind, this one actively reprograms your subconscious to tune into abundance. It kicks off with a rhythmic breathing technique that changes your biochemistry, lifting your brain to an alpha-theta state where it can soak in new ideas. In this receptive state, the book walks you through specific visualizations and sensory experiences that let you truly feel like prosperity is already yours. What's cool about this technique is that it goes beyond the usual visualization tricks. It's not just about seeing your goals. It's about diving deep into the emotions and sensations of having them, so much so that your body can't tell if it's real or imagined. Modern neuroscience backs up what this manuscript has been saying for years. Your brain can't really tell the difference between something you imagine vividly and something that actually happens. Both trigger the same neural responses, releasing the same chemicals and forming similar pathways in your brain. So when you practice the millionaire meditation, you're literally wiring your brain for prosperity. One of the most powerful parts of this practice is how it helps to clear up any conflicts between your conscious wish for wealth and the old beliefs held in your subconscious. It creates harmony within you, aligning everything to the same vibration of abundance. People who make this meditation a routine often see not just shifts in their financial situations, but also a deep change in how they feel about money. Instead of anxiety, they feel calm confidence. Where there used to be feelings of lack, they now have a steady sense of enough. And perhaps most empowering of all, the feeling of being a struggler fades away, leaving behind the identity of someone who naturally attracts abundance. This inner shift reveals how our consciousness can shape what we see in the world, blending ancient wisdom with modern science. If you're eager to explore this life-changing technique, write in the comments, "I want to meditate like a millionaire." To illustrate the real-life impact of these ideas, let me share some inspiring stories that show how this knowledge has changed ordinary lives in amazing ways. Take Maria, a 42-year-old single mom who spent over 10 years as an administrative assistant, always struggling to get by. She tried everything to boost her finances, from extra jobs to multi-level marketing, but always wound up back at square one, worn out and barely scraping by. After following the 7-day protocol, she felt a huge shift in how she related to money. What's interesting is that Maria didn't switch jobs or come into any unexpected money. The change started small. She began making decisions from a new mindset, recognizing the value of her skills in a whole new light. She took a bold step and asked for a salary review, something she had never done before. To her amazement, not only did she get it, but her boss also offered to train her for a bigger role. In under 6 months, her income doubled. More importantly, she moved from a constant struggle to a natural flow of abundance that keeps growing. Carlos, a 38-year-old entrepreneur, faced a familiar pattern of almost success. He would kick off exciting projects that sparked enthusiasm, only to watch them fizzle out just before they took flight. This cycle happened so often that he started to think he was cursed with money issues. The game changer for him was realizing he was working from an identity of struggle, not one of prosperity. He had tied his worth to that struggle. Through the identity recalibration method in the manuscript, Carlos began to break down this limiting mindset. The big shift came when he noticed that he felt uneasy about lasting success, as if he didn't deserve it or would be betraying his humble beginnings. Once he cleared that internal conflict, his next project didn't just launch, it soared. Fast forward 2 years, and his company is now making 7 times what he ever earned before. And he says it feels surprisingly easy compared to his past challenges. Then there's Anna, a 55-year-old professional who had always made a decent living but never really felt abundant. She realized she had been subconsciously linking wealth with negative traits like greed and insensitivity. While she consciously wanted to be prosperous, deep down, her programming made her believe that true wealth meant becoming someone she didn't want to be. Thanks to the value-wealth decoupling process from the manuscript, she finally resolved this inner battle. She came to see wealth as just a neutral tool, not a sign of her character. This realization opened the floodgates to abundance, both inside and out. Financially, within a year, she tripled her net worth. But what she treasures most is the peace of mind from no longer feeling torn between her financial goals and personal values. These stories show a clear trend. Real change on the outside follows real change on the inside. Leads us to the third secret the manuscript reveals clearly, a revelation that has changed how thousands think. Money isn't the end goal. It's just a natural result of your personal growth. This idea flips our usual view of wealth upside down. Most of us think we need to gather money first, and then we can find the freedom, security, time, and resources to grow. But the manuscript flips that idea on its head. Real, lasting prosperity mirrors how much we've evolved inside. It's not something you chase after directly. It flows to you when you focus on your own development. When you push your limits and act in tune with your true self, it's a liberating shift. You don't have to fixate on how to make money. Instead, ask yourself, how can I grow into the kind of person who naturally attracts the abundance I want? This idea might just be the most transformative insight the book offers. The path of growing your consciousness takes center stage, with material wealth just naturally following it instead of being the main goal. Write in the comments, "I'm evolving toward abundance," to show you're committed to this journey. Now, let's dive into a practical exercise from the manuscript. It's simple, but incredibly powerful, something you can start right after this video. No special gear needed, just a few minutes, and it can really shift your energy. It's called prosperity breathing. This technique activates your rest and digest state while adjusting your money vibrational frequency. When these work together, they help break down subconscious barriers to abundance. Find a quiet spot where you can sit comfortably for a few minutes without being disturbed. Place one hand on your heart and the other on your belly. Close your eyes and take deep breaths, inhaling through your nose for 4 seconds, holding the air for. Breathe in slowly through your nose for 7 seconds, then exhale through your mouth for 8. As you inhale, picture a bright golden light, the very essence of abundance, filling your lungs. Feel it spread through your chest and fill every cell in your body. Then, as you breathe out, imagine letting go of all those limiting beliefs, fears, and feelings of scarcity you've carried for years. See those old patterns leave you like a dark mist, fading into nothing. Keep this rhythm going for at least 5 minutes. Visualize receiving that golden light while releasing those dark limits. At the end, make a powerful internal declaration. I am a natural channel for abundance to flow toward me and through me. I receive with gratitude and give with joy. This is my true nature. What's amazing about this practice is how it works on multiple levels at once. It can reset your nervous system, reprogram your subconscious, and align your energy with prosperity. If you stick with it for just 21 days, this exercise can actually change the way your brain thinks about money. One participant used this technique alone and noticed real changes in just 2 weeks. She found unexpected opportunities and even a forgotten refund that came right when she needed it. But what mattered even more was how she felt inside, a newfound peace and confidence around money. Now let's talk about a big insight. The manuscript reveals the trap of delayed gratification, especially when it comes to prosperity. Thinking, "I'll be happy when I'm rich," sets a vibe that keeps abundance at bay. It sends out several messages. First, that you're unhappy now, which creates a sense of lack. Second, it ties your happiness to something outside yourself, giving your power away. And third, abundance isn't something out there that you have to chase, that just creates resistance. The book shares a surprising but life-changing truth. True happiness and that feeling of abundance don't come from your bank account. Instead, they're the feelings you need to have before you can attract real wealth. Think about it. If you keep waiting to be happy until you hit a certain financial goal, you're setting yourself up for a constant feeling of lack. You're telling the universe, "I don't have enough right now, and I won't until I reach this target." And guess what? The universe will mirror that feeling right back at you. The shift the book suggests is to start nurturing feelings of abundance, fullness, and gratitude right now, no matter your current situation. This way, you're tuning into the right frequency that draws in experiences of prosperity. It's not some fluff or wishful thinking. It's applying quantum physics to your own energy. Remember, the universe doesn't act on your wishes. It reacts to your dominant energy. You get a huge breakthrough when you realize you can choose to feel abundant at this very moment, regardless of what's in your wallet. Choosing to move away from waiting for future happiness and embracing that feeling of abundance now is a major change in how you interact with the wealth flow in your life. Write in the comments, "My abundance is now," to show you're ready to make this powerful internal shift. Let's dive deeper into something crucial the book highlights: the incredible power of making a decision and how it can shift your view on abundance, even if nothing outside seems different. This insight might be one of the most potent keys in the book. The word decision comes from a Latin term meaning to cut and separate. When you make a real decision, you're cutting off all other options. It's all about aligning your energy in a specific way. The truth is, there's a huge gap between just wanting prosperity and truly deciding to be prosperous. Most people stay stuck in wanting mode. They crave more abundance, wish for it, and even hustle for it. But very few take that solid step to decide they will be prosperous. This small but powerful shift changes your entire vibe. The book lays out a game-changing process, helping you make choices from a place of abundance instead of lack. It's vital, even when your current situation feels like it's against you. It's about making a bold internal shift that goes beyond what your reality says is possible. Consider this. When you make choices out of scarcity, you end up creating more limitations. If you skip investing in your growth because you think you can't afford it, you're locking in that very fear. When you ignore better opportunities because you think they're out of reach, you're simply ensuring that you'll keep feeling deprived. It's a self-perpetuating cycle. The manuscript introduces an amazing technique called decision from the future. It teaches you how to picture yourself in a future where you're already abundant. From that mindset, you can make better choices now. It's a complete shift in how you view your energy. Imagine you're already that successful version of yourself. Looking back at today, what would you decide differently? What actions would you take? What opportunities would you see as key moments that changed your life? This isn't just a fun exercise. It's a real adjustment to your personal energy field. As you practice it regularly, you start making choices not based on your current struggles, but on the abundance that's already potential in your future. One participant described her journey as like changing the lenses through which she viewed her finances. Suddenly, chances she once thought were impossible began to feel not just possible, but inevitable. Decisions that once made her anxious, like putting money into her education or asking for a higher salary, now came easily from a place of calm confidence. What's interesting is that nothing in her outside world had changed yet. This shift started deep within her mind. Only after that did her surroundings begin to align with this new inner state. This takes us to the final secret the manuscript reveals so clearly that it has changed thousands of lives. Money has a secret code that reacts to a specific mindset. This audiobook teaches you how to master that mindset step by step. Imagine for a moment that money isn't just paper, coins, or numbers on your screen. Those are just signs, the physical forms of something more fundamental, a clear energy pattern in the vast field of consciousness. This energy pattern, like any frequency in the universe, responds to resonance. Think about it. When a tuning fork vibrates at a certain frequency, another nearby tuning fork, tuned to that same frequency, starts to vibrate too. Money's energy reacts to those who are in sync with its frequency. The manuscript shows that this specific frequency isn't about desperately wanting money, working until you're exhausted, or feeling that you deserve it morally. It's a mix made up of elements like being in alignment with yourself, being open and confident, valuing yourself, feeling grateful, and recognizing how abundant the universe is. Most traditional ways to create wealth focus only on the outside strategies and ignore the essential energy code that drives the whole process. It's like trying to get the right radio station by fiddling with the speakers instead of tuning the dial. What's groundbreaking about this audiobook is that it teaches you to recognize, connect with, and sustain that exact frequency that clicks with money's energy. It's not just theoretical training. It's a practical guide that literally retunes your nervous system, neural pathways, and your personal energy field to match the vibe of abundance. Once you get a handle on this specific mindset, attracting prosperity stops being a battle or a mystery. It becomes as effortless as breathing. It's as natural as breathing. It happens effortlessly, without any pushback. This is simply who you are at your core. Mastering this inner technology is a game changer, allowing you to consciously shape your material world by using principles of consciousness that blend age-old wisdom with modern science. If you're ready to tap into this transformative energy, write in the comments, "I'm unlocking the code." Now let's dive into a powerful analogy from the manuscript about manifesting prosperity. It might just change the way you think about abundance. Picture this. Financial prosperity is much like growing a fruit tree. Most folks are fixated on the fruits, the money, the possessions, the outward signs of wealth. They spend their lives trying to grab fruits from trees that aren't theirs, or worse, trying to glue fake fruits onto branches that can't support them. But a true master of abundance knows it all starts much earlier, at the seed level. The seed symbolizes your consciousness, your core beliefs, and how you see yourself in relation to wealth. When you plant an apple seed, you don't have to coax it to grow apples instead of oranges. The seed already knows what to do. It's in its DNA to produce apples. Similarly, when your consciousness vibes with abundance, manifesting prosperity becomes effortless. It's a natural outcome of who you are at your essence. The soil in this analogy represents your subconscious, the rich ground where your consciousness seed takes root. If that soil is polluted with limiting beliefs, fears, or a scarcity mindset, even the best seed will struggle to grow. So, doing the groundwork, reprogramming your subconscious, is crucial. It's often overlooked, but plays a vital role in the whole process. Water and sunlight symbolize your daily habits and specific techniques. Think of prosperity breathing or millionaire meditation as a way to nurture the seed of your consciousness, creating the best environment for it to flourish. Here's a big insight: gestation time. In a world where we want everything instantly, we often expect immediate outcomes. We plant the seed today and get frustrated if we don't see a fully grown tree by tomorrow. But there's a waiting period when the real growth happens underneath the surface, unseen. During this time, it may seem like nothing is going on. Yet, the seed is busy underground, putting down roots and setting up its foundation. It's preparing for that moment when it suddenly bursts forth, surprising anyone watching. But that burst is just the result of a natural process that was unfolding all along. This shift in perspective changes how we view waiting for things to manifest. It transforms from a stressful wait into a sacred time of growth, where you can trust that something is developing, even if you can't see it yet. What makes this idea so impactful is that it shows us the real way to manifest. It's not about what we do, it's about what we allow. It's not about forcing things, but about cultivating them. It's not about chasing money desperately. It's about tapping into our true essence. The essence of money isn't limited. It's an energetic expression of value that reacts to our vibrational frequency. True financial change doesn't start with outside tactics. It begins with shifting our mindset about abundance. Money flows to those who know how to receive it, not just those who chase it. By getting in sync with its natural rhythm, we realize our relationship with money reflects our relationship with ourselves. When we heal within, our outer experiences change too. The manuscript also breaks down the myth that becoming wealthy demands constant sacrifice and introduces the idea of aligned effort. This is where our natural strengths meet our financial goals. We discover that thinking, "I'll be happy when I'm rich," actually pushes abundance away from us. Instead, we learn how to create a mindset of prosperity right now, no matter what's happening around us. There are specific techniques we can use to reshape our subconscious, like millionaire meditation and the prosperous void technique. These tools help us tune our energy to match the frequency of abundance. One big takeaway is that money isn't the ultimate goal. It's just a natural result of our personal growth. It reflects how much value we contribute to the world. Embracing these ideas means changing how we view and interact with the forces that shape our reality. Take a moment and think about this. You're at a crucial turning point that could change your financial future. You can stick with the same old beliefs that have held you back, or you can embrace this new understanding of abundance, how it truly works on an energetic level. This choice is personal. It's not about throwing away what you've learned or ignoring your experiences. It's about broadening your perspective and adding a fresh approach that might not only change your financial situation, but enhance your sense of abundance in every area of your life. I know as you hear these ideas, your mind might start to question or doubt. That's a normal reaction, part of how we protect ourselves from misleading information. Let's tackle some of the common doubts people have when they first learn these concepts. One big concern is that it all sounds too simple or too good to be true. If changing our vibe could attract abundance so easily, why isn't everyone rich? That's a fair question, and the answer boils down to two things. First, many people just haven't learned about this idea. They've been stuck in the old mindset of working hard for rewards because that's all they know. Second, Even those who do learn about these concepts often aren't ready to do the inner work needed to break free from years of limiting beliefs. The journey outlined in the manuscript isn't a walk in the park. It demands a deep commitment to your own growth and unlocking your potential. The beauty of this work is that, instead of struggling endlessly in the outside world, it gets you into a natural state of flow. That's where abundance becomes a part of you, not something you're always chasing after. Another common thought is, I've tried positive thinking and visualizations, and they didn't help. The manuscript makes a clear distinction here. It's not about just thinking positively on the surface. Traditional techniques often miss the mark because they try to layer new thoughts over deep-rooted beliefs. It's like trying to sail a boat with the anchor still stuck in the ocean. The methods shared in the book dive much deeper. They don't just convince your conscious mind of new possibilities. They go straight to the core of your subconscious to shift your energy from the ground up. It's the difference between just painting over cracks and actually fixing the foundation. Then there's the question, does this mean I should stop taking action and just focus on feeling good? Not at all. The manuscript emphasizes that action is still crucial, but it highlights that inspired action, coming from a place of inner alignment, is way more impactful than frantic actions driven by fear or desperation. Picture it like this. You can launch an arrow by pushing it with all your might, or you can align it perfectly and let it fly effortlessly. Imagine pulling back a bowstring tight and then letting go. One way takes a lot of effort and gives you just okay results. The other way, it uses the natural laws of physics to get way better results with hardly any effort. This is about acting with ease rather than struggling. What this book offers isn't a magic trick or an easy shortcut. It's a big shift in how we understand wealth. It's not about ignoring real-world issues or practical steps. It's about realizing that what happens outside is a reflection of what's going on inside you. The vibe you're putting out is what you attract. Getting to this new way of thinking takes courage. You need to be brave enough to question everything you've heard about money. You have to be willing to try things that might seem odd and trust ideas that go beyond just what we can see and touch. Every change starts with a choice. It's that moment when the old patterns clash with fresh possibilities, when limits meet new chances for growth. If you're ready to dive into this new way of thinking about money, say "I'm ready for expansion" in the comments. Now, let's picture what your life could look like after embracing these ideas. Imagine waking up every day feeling completely at peace with your finances. Your situation hasn't changed overnight, but the way you feel about it has. That knot in your stomach when you check your bank account? It's gone, replaced by a calm confidence. Financial decisions, whether small purchases or big investments, come from a clear and aligned feeling. Instead of feeling torn between your wishes and what you think you can afford, you find a new harmony between what you want and how to bring it to life. Suddenly, you start seeing opportunities all around you, ones that were always available but you just didn't notice before. It's like a filter you've been wearing that only showed you a narrow range of options has finally been lifted. When you shift your perspective, a wider view of paths to wealth opens up. Your approach to work changes. You stop feeling like a hamster on a wheel, just trying to get by. Instead, you start to see work as a natural way to share your talents. It becomes a way for you to add real value and, in return, receive abundance. Even if you don't make a big career change right away, you'll see small shifts in how you feel about your current job. Financial synchronicities will sneak into your life. That surprise client shows up just when you need them. A perfect opportunity pops up at the right moment. Resources seem to flow in exactly when you need them. You'll spot these moments so often, they'll start to feel less like luck and more like the universe responding to your new vibe. Your relationships with others also improve. Letting go of a scarcity mindset means you don't feel the need to compete or cling tightly to what you have. You'll find joy in others' successes. Prosperity turns out to be limitless, not a game where someone has to lose. This newfound openness paves the way for meaningful connections and partnerships that boost your wealth. But the most significant change happens within. That nagging voice in your head that kept doubting your worth fades away. It gets replaced by a quiet confidence in your value. This shift alters the energy you put out into the world, sparking a chain reaction of positive changes in your life. And I need to be honest here. There's a pressing choice you have to make. Each day you cling to the old mindset of scarcity and struggle is another day of missed opportunities for abundance that you can't get back. This isn't just about missing out on money. It's about losing days, weeks, even years of a richer experience. Your relationship with money often feels stressful and limiting, right? But imagine living in a space of ease and growth. Ask yourself honestly, can you really afford to keep waiting? Every day you hesitate is just another day stuck in that same financial rut. I'm not saying you should panic or stress over this decision. That only keeps you trapped in that cycle of scarcity we want to break free from. Instead, look at this urgency from a calm, empowered place. Your time is your most precious resource, and how you spend it shapes your life experience. The great news, you can start changing things right now. Not tomorrow, not when everything's just right now. You can choose, in this moment, to open yourself up to a fresh take on prosperity and align with the universal laws that bring it into your life. This shift in thinking isn't just about money. It's about stepping into the creative processes that shape your reality. So let's make a declaration. Write in the comments, "My transformation begins now," to signal that you're ready for this significant change. Now, we've come to the end of our journey, sharing the secrets of this powerful manuscript that has changed so many lives, including mine. If you've gotten this far, it's no coincidence. There's something here that's resonating with you. Maybe it's a truth your soul already knows, but needed a reminder. I want to hear from you. If you're with me on this journey, comment. The code is activated. That way, I can connect with those who truly understand these teachings in future videos. If this message has sparked something inside you, expanded your view, or offered a new way to think about abundance, hit that like button. It's a simple way to create a cycle of positivity. Your support means the world. When you reach out to more folks who can benefit from these lessons, you're also showing gratitude and openness, two key vibes that attract wealth. The journey we've taken together shows that how you relate to money is really a doorway to grasping your creative power, your true worth, and how you can consciously bring abundance into your life. What started as a look at financial ideas has turned into something much deeper. It's an invitation to step into your true power and shape your own reality. The core lesson here is that prosperity isn't something outside of you that you have to chase down. It's about aligning with the fundamental creative forces of the universe. When you come from this place of alignment, abundance flows effortlessly. It's not a prize for hard work. It's simply a reflection of who you truly are. The tools we've explored, from the 7-day protocol to the millionaire meditation, from prosperity breathing to the prosperous void technique, aren't just ways to attract money. They're ways to shift how you perceive reality itself. These techniques connect ancient wisdom with modern insights on how our consciousness shapes what we experience. As you start using these practices, keep in mind that transformation isn't always straightforward. You might experience big breakthroughs followed by times when things feel like they're in limbo. Old habits might pop up again, not as failures, but as chances to dive deeper into your new understanding. This is all part of growing as your consciousness expands beyond what it previously knew. Remember, you're not just a victim of circumstance. You are a powerful creator. Your thoughts, feelings, beliefs, and energetic state are always shaping your reality, including your financial situation. With this awareness comes both great responsibility and endless potential. This journey is not just about using techniques. It's about nurturing a whole new way of being in the world, one rooted in trust. Instead of being fearful, embrace receptivity. Choose alignment over struggle. This shift in your mindset opens up new, more effective ways of doing things, far better than the old habits of forcing and stressing. As you move forward into this new understanding, you're connecting with a growing group of conscious creators. They know that true prosperity isn't just about personal wealth. It's about helping create a world where abundance flows to everyone. Your personal transformation adds to a larger movement toward a more aware and prosperous humanity. The insights we've discovered aren't meant to be kept to ourselves. They're for sharing and living openly. They show what's possible when we align with the natural laws of abundance that govern our universe. If you're ready to embrace this truth, say it loud in the comments. I'm ready to live this truth. When you feel that pull to fully step into this new way of thinking, the changes you experience will go far beyond your bank account. By truly embodying these ideas, you showcase what's possible when someone aligns with the natural laws of abundance. Your presence will inspire others, not through preaching, but through the calm confidence that radiates from you. People will notice you're different, even if they can't pinpoint why. You handle financial decisions with ease, free from the anxious energy that usually surrounds money. This transformation encourages others to challenge their own limiting beliefs about prosperity. Your family dynamics will shift too as you break the cycle of scarcity that may have been handed down through generations. Children, in particular, are very sensitive to the energy around money. When you operate from an abundance mindset, you're changing those old financial patterns and opening up new possibilities for the future. Your professional relationships will improve as well. Without the pressure of fear or competition, your interactions become more about collaboration and creativity. You naturally start to draw in opportunities that match your true talents. You also attract partners and clients who share a mindset of integrity and abundance. This change shows up in how you tackle challenges. What once made you panic or feel hopeless now simply serves as information to help you navigate. When you realize that your outer world is always reflecting your inner vibes, brief hardships turn into chances to fine-tune your energetic alignment, instead of proof that the principles don't work. This deeper insight explains why some folks can nail down every technique perfectly, yet still find it hard to change for the long haul. The key difference isn't in how they practice, it's about how deeply they really incorporate it into their identity. If you try abundance techniques while holding on to a scarcity mindset, you create a conflict within that blocks lasting change. The true gift of this journey is its ability to spark transformation at the very core of who you are, where your most basic beliefs about yourself live. That's why the changes often feel less like picking up something new and more like rediscovering what you've always known but had tucked away. As you remember, you start to notice the signs and coincidences that show you're moving with the flow of abundance. These aren't just random happenings. They're clear guides from the universe about your energetic state. Learning to read these signals helps you make choices that come from your greatest potential, rather than past limitations. Embodying these principles also uncovers how individual thoughts connect with the bigger picture of reality. As more people embrace an abundance mindset, it creates a collective energy that makes it easier for others to tap into it too. Your personal growth becomes part of a larger shift in how we view wealth and prosperity. This understanding brings a beautiful sense of responsibility, not a heavy obligation, but a joyful chance to consciously participate in our evolution. You start to see that your success isn't separate from the world's success. Your abundance opens the door for more of it for everyone. Your happiness and satisfaction actually help raise the vibe of the world. When you shift your mindset to an abundant one, it impacts every part of your life. Decision-making gets clearer. You start to feel which choices match your new abundant mindset and which ones keep you stuck in old habits. As your energy changes, so do your relationships. You start attracting people who vibe with your new energy, while those who only connected with you over struggles may slowly fade away. At the heart of these changes is a big realization. You're not separate from the creative force of the universe. You're a unique part of it, with the same creative power flowing through you that fuels everything around us. Feel free to write, "I am one with abundance" in the comments to affirm this connection to the source of all wealth. Mastering these ideas creates what I call the abundance spiral. It's like a positive feedback loop. When you manifest something good, your confidence boosts, raising your vibrational frequency even higher, which then attracts even more abundance. This is the complete opposite of the scarcity spiral many find themselves in. In that spiral, financial struggles reinforce limiting beliefs, drag your vibe down, and bring in more tough situations. Once you understand how this works, it becomes clear that even small shifts in your mindset can lead to huge changes in your life. It's not that the universe is suddenly on your side. You've started to partner up with universal laws that have always been there. You've learned to work with them instead of against them. This partnership means you need what I call abundance resilience. It's the ability to keep your vibe high even when your outside world doesn't reflect it yet. This resilience is key during times of change when old patterns are falling away and new ones are forming. You might feel a bit of chaos or uncertainty as your life reorganizes around your new frequency. Relationships that don't benefit you anymore might shift, and stable opportunities could vanish to make space for better ones. You might even start questioning everything you thought you knew. Understanding how life works is key. The changes happening around you, they're signs of progress, not failure. The universe is clearing out the old to make room for the new. It's crucial to see these moments of change as positive rather than setbacks if you want to keep moving toward greater abundance. Mastering this means you can handle transitions with ease. Temporary discomfort can often lead to big breakthroughs. It's about keeping your focus steady, even when things outside of you seem off track. Remember, reality follows your awareness, not the other way around. True abundance isn't just about money. It includes health, fulfilling relationships, and spiritual growth too. When you connect with the essence of abundance, everything you need flows to you. The main lesson here is that scarcity is an illusion. It's a misunderstanding based on identifying with material things instead of the true source of abundance. When you see yourself as the channel through which abundance flows, not just someone wanting to acquire it, everything shifts. You go from worrying about having or lacking money to being someone through whom money naturally moves. This transition from wanting to being, from acquiring to expressing, brings real freedom from financial stress. No situation can shake your sense of security when it's anchored in that infinite source, not in any form that supply takes. The impact of this understanding is huge. You start making decisions from a place of awareness instead of fear. Your actions become inspired and energizing, not forced and draining. You create from a sense of abundance instead of trying to fill a void by accumulating more things. This change also highlights how connected everyone's prosperity is. Your success boosts others' success too, not by giving away what you don't have, but through the natural overflow of your aligned state. When you truly embrace prosperity at the level of consciousness, everything shifts in a beautiful way. You become a source of abundance for everyone around you. The impact spreads beyond just your own circle. As you embrace these ideas, you help shift the way we all think about wealth and prosperity. Each person who lives by these principles adds to a growing wave of abundance that benefits everyone. This journey of financial growth takes on a much deeper meaning. It's not only about improving your own situation, it's about being part of a bigger change in how we all view abundance. Your success becomes a way to contribute to new possibilities for everyone on this planet. Mastering these principles brings you back to our true nature. We're meant to create from a place of awareness, not struggle against limits. We thrive through aligning ourselves, not by battling resistance. If you want to commit to this journey of awakening abundance, write "I choose conscious prosperity" in the comments. This declaration shows your dedication to transforming your mindset and contributing to a greater shift in consciousness. When you grasp these core principles, life starts to flow with ease. What used to take so much mental energy and worry about bills or a secure future becomes as simple as breathing. Your prosperity starts running on autopilot, supported by the invisible framework of consciousness you've built. This effortless abundance can really catch people off guard, especially those who've spent years thinking that achieving financial success is a constant grind. The shift from struggling to flow marks a big change. You move from trying out abundance practices to actually being abundance in action. This deeper level of understanding brings a peace that stays strong no matter what's happening outside. Stock market dips, economic worries, or surprise expenses can no longer trigger those old fears. You find security that comes from a much deeper place than just financial stability. You learn to feel safe, not because of your situation, but in spite of it. As an advanced practitioner, you start to notice the subtle energetic cues that come before changes occur. They start to notice the signs when their energy shifts toward limitation. This helps them make changes before those thoughts turn into unwanted situations. With practice, this awareness sharpens and often happens below the level of conscious thought. It even helps them see potential for abundance in any situation. While others may focus on problems, those with an awakened mindset spot hidden chances and creative options. This isn't just being blindly optimistic. It's a developed skill to see how flexible reality can be and the many possibilities within each moment. This change also has surprising social effects. As you embrace these ideas more fully, you naturally draw in better opportunities, relationships, and experiences. The universe doesn't judge your worthiness. It simply reacts to your energy. When you regularly resonate with abundance, you start to attract it in all forms. And it works both ways. You begin to notice the abundance that was always around you, but was blocked by your scarcity mindset. Resources, connections, and options that existed all along suddenly come into focus, like putting on new glasses that unveil a whole new world of opportunities. This effect even applies to time. Many people say that time seems to stretch when they come from an abundance mindset. Projects that used to feel rushed or stressful start to flow smoothly. Deadlines feel more like partners to dance with, rather than pressures to beat. It's not about managing time better. It's about syncing with the natural rhythms of creation. The deeper you dive into this work, the more you see that prosperity consciousness is really about connecting with the creative forces of existence. What started as a wish for financial freedom can lead to a deep spiritual awakening, often bringing unexpected blessings beyond just material wealth. Health improves as stress fades and relationships grow stronger. As you let go of the urgency that clouds genuine connections, creativity starts to thrive. You're no longer held back by worries about survival. Your purpose becomes clearer as you connect with your true role in the world. This blend of gifts leads to what spiritual thinkers call an abundant life. It's not just about having plenty of things. It's about richness in meaning, joy, connection, and creativity. This is true prosperity, where having resources supports your growth in awareness, not just a goal to chase. As you dive deeper into this journey, you might realize you've unearthed something far beyond just a way to make money. You've tapped into a method for conscious growth, a form of practical mysticism that links spiritual awakening with real-world effectiveness. The line between sacred and everyday life disappears as prosperity turns into a spiritual practice, while spiritual activities blossom into true abundance. This blend reveals a profound truth hidden within the teachings. There's no true divide between your thoughts and what you create, between changing within and having plenty around you, or between your personal growth and the wealth you seek. They're simply different expressions of the same reality, coming to life through awakened human awareness. Share in the comments that you're awakening to true prosperity, acknowledging this deeper layer of the transformation we've been exploring together. As we approach the end of this transformative journey, I feel ready to share a final insight that often appears after truly embracing these ideas. There comes a time in everyone's growth when they see that the whole search for abundance was actually the universe's clever way of leading them back to their true self. The initial wish for financial freedom, the frustration from feeling limited, the craving for wealth, these were all hints guiding you toward recognizing your own creative power. What felt like an outside chase was really an inside journey, a rediscovery of abilities that were always within you, though they might have been hidden under layers of conditioning and false beliefs. This realization brings a deep sense of fulfillment, not because you've gotten something new, but because you've reclaimed what was always yours. The abundance you were seeking wasn't out of reach, it was right there all along. It's not about achieving some goal or relying on outside circumstances. It's all about the mindset you're using to find what you're looking for. You were never distant from what you desire. You were just learning to recognize your true self. This insight completely changes how you think about bringing things into your life. Instead of trying to pull something from the universe, you realize you are, in essence, the universe showing up as your unique self. You stop chasing after abundance and recognize that you are abundance taking shape in this human form. This change from being a seeker to simply being marks a key point in your spiritual growth, which also ties into your journey towards financial well-being. What does this mean in practical terms? It's huge. Making decisions becomes so much easier because you're not battling conflicting desires anymore. You just go with the flow of your wider awareness. Action comes naturally from a place of clarity, not confusion. Life starts to feel like a creative expression, not a stressful competition. What you might see as miraculous manifestations feel completely normal to you. When you align with the essence of creativity, creating abundance is as effortless as forming a thought or feeling. It's just another way of expressing the infinite creative power you possess. This shift also brings a deep desire to serve something bigger than just your own interests. Your success turns into a tool for raising others' awareness, inspiring people, and enhancing life on Earth. Money flows through you for purposes beyond just comfort or security, and those needs tend to take care of themselves along the way. As your sense of purpose expands, you might uncover your unique gift to the collective awakening of humanity. The skills and insights you gain on your journey to abundance are exactly what the world needs from you. Your personal growth intertwines with your contribution to the greater shift of consciousness happening all around us. The core lesson shines through. Prosperity consciousness isn't just a means to get what you want. It's a way to discover who you truly are. The abundance you create outside is simply a reflection of the abundance you find within. The financial freedom you achieve becomes a bridge. As you dive deeper into this journey, many people start to feel a deep sense of gratitude. It's not just about being thankful for specific things in life. It's a gratitude for existence itself. It's about appreciating how beautifully everything is connected, guiding each person back to their true essence through whatever lessons they need to learn. This feeling of gratitude becomes a constant hum in the background, boosting your ability to create. You're no longer coming from a place of wanting or lacking. Instead, you're overflowing with appreciation for the gift of life. This change in mindset enriches everything you create, giving it a depth that goes beyond just collecting things. You realize that all these teachings and principles were just stepping stones to help you remember what you've always known inside. The outside teacher helped awaken that inner wisdom. The abundance you see around you mirrors the abundance within. Your external wealth reflects the spiritual riches that are your birthright. This journey of remembering shifts everything, yet it may seem like nothing has changed on the surface. You start to live from a different space within yourself, and that change ripples out into every part of your life. The same situations, the same relationships, but now they're filled with an awareness that recognizes the abundance that was always there. If you followed along and feel something stirring inside as we've explored these ideas together, you're clearly someone ready for a deeper insight into how consciousness shapes reality. You're not just curious about prosperity, you're committed to making a real transformation. I'd love to keep sharing these discoveries with you. This channel is all about diving into the connection between consciousness and manifestation, between spiritual growth and practical abundance. If today's insights have touched your soul, I invite you to subscribe so we can continue uncovering these hidden truths together. There's so much more to learn about how awareness influences your experiences and how an awakened mind naturally brings prosperity in all its forms. If you've made it this far with me, drop a comment saying, "This message was meant for me." When I see that, I'll know you're part of our community of creators who are aware and engaged. It shows the connection we're building together. If this journey has sparked something real in you, if you've felt that moment when consciousness connects with consciousness, tap that heart button below. It's your way of saying you want more of this. Your interactions help spread these teachings to others who are ready to learn. There's a video right here that goes even deeper into how to apply these principles in your everyday life. It shares specific techniques to help you maintain your positive vibe, even when things get a bit crazy around you. It's a great next step from what we've talked about today. So click and join me over there, and let's keep growing this understanding together. Remember, you're not here by chance. Part of you knows it's time to embrace who you really are. That journey toward becoming is one of the most incredible adventures in consciousness we can embark on. Until we explore again, trust the process, honor your awakening, and remember, your prosperity is as certain as your next breath when you align with your truth.